So if you want to grow your practice, you really need to think about trust and client experience. It's not enough to give great service. You want your clients to really, really trust you. Trust is an emotion, and it's a really important one. And we talk about this being a relationship-based business, a trusted advisor business. So in many ways, you can think about trust being a way harder currency than cash or fees or deliverables. It can even be a harder currency than education and credentials. Today, I'm going to give you 4 simple shifts that you can implement in your client workflow today that turns client trust from something you hope for to something they can experience right now. So the first shift in your thinking is making sure that your marketplace presence demonstrates a little bit of who you are and why you're into this. I make this point on a regular basis. Who you are matters. Your story, your passion, why you do this, it all matters. And let's be real about people do business with people, not credentials. To demonstrate who you are, let's start there. Here's a practical tip. Is there anything on your website that tells the story of who you are, where you come from, why you do what you do, and what keeps you going? Ironically, this isn't about your education. This isn't about the impact you make for clients. It's about who you are. This creates a sense of knowledge, transparency, familiarity, and connection. So, point number 2, let's talk about the sales process. This is way less about persuasion than it is about connecting. You often hear people talk about the close. And yes, that was really great thinking. But today, people resonate much more deeply with empathy, connection, and presence. One really easy way to build a sales process or experience that makes it honorable, honest, authentic, and respectful is to ask great questions and to achieve a ratio of you talking versus them talking of somewhere between 10%, maybe 20% you talking, and 80 to 90% them talking. I know that's a huge ratio, and you're probably wondering, how am I going to demonstrate what I'm all about? You're going to be able to demonstrate who you are and more, and build on that trust and credibility by the way you ask questions. More importantly, you're also going to demonstrate who you are and your value by your ability to listen. The third thing I want to talk about is service delivery, and everyone wants to think that they're doing great service. However, it's not about expertise and delivery on time. It's also about how easy it is to work with you. Think about a time that you had a great experience, maybe with a salesperson or marketing person, but then your account manager was not awesome. Instantly, you're losing faith in this process, you're losing faith in the offering, and you're going to doubt whether or not you made a good decision trusting these people. That is execution, that is ease of doing business, and that is brand consistency. The quickest way I know how to address that gap is to make every new potential client relationship a team effort. You bring in sales, client experience, client success, the team, account management, everybody into the picture at the beginning, and you stay in contact with that team throughout the entire experience and life cycle that you have with the client. It is a team effort. And if you normalize approaching client relationships as a team, you're going to be way ahead of the competition. I'm going to be very honest that this takes time, but it might be amazing. Once you normalize this as a practice, as a discipline, and the more that the leader leads out on this idea that this is a team effort and there's a flow, it can become very efficient. 15 minutes pre-prospect call meeting equals all kinds of value. So just 15 minutes on a pre-prospect planning call, boy, that was a mouthful. Just 15 minutes of meeting before the prospect call can create incredible value and also undergird that team effort that you're trying to accomplish. Here's the fourth one, and it's about client referrals. So I have systematically taken you through the major touch points and milestones of a client's experience with any firm, any service provider. This is the last one. When you've got happy clients, they give you referrals, usually. So what happens if your client really wants to refer you? This is something you can do that no one else is probably thinking of, but make it easy for them to refer you. If you have served the socks off your clients or come through with them in a very difficult moment, those are moments of delight that you want to capitalize on. Respond to their delight with gratitude. You can be grateful that you were there. You can be grateful for their trust. That makes it so easy and motivating for them to talk about how amazing you are. Here's a tip. Try creating a referral tip sheet. This works great with, of course, referral sources, but sometimes also with clients. On one page, you put who you are, maybe your photo, your title, all that good stuff. The types of clients that you are really doing greatest service for, your ideal clients. You can talk a little bit about what they're experiencing, or the challenges that they're facing, the questions they're asking, and maybe even include an email template that someone could copy and paste and use on your behalf. It's little things like that that maybe you don't think about that make it easy to refer you. And it also just reinforces how amazing it is to work with you. So if you're ready to turn client experience into a supercharged growth strategy, schedule a call with me. We can talk about what you're already doing and how to amplify and where things might go even beyond that.